All right, let's get started on the Constitution. We'll start right at the beginning with the preamble. If you understand the preamble, you'll understand original intent. And you're going to hear me time and again say we have to go back to an original intent of the founders and the original intent of the Constitution. Because if we don't, we have no Constitution at all. We've given men the authority to shape and mold it to mean whatever they want. Here we go. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. Let's stop there. They said in order to form a more perfect union, because they already had a union. But until the Constitution was ratified, they were operating under the Articles of Confederation. And from 1775 to 1777, the Articles of Confederation went through 6 different drafts, and they weren't finally ratified till 1781. But the Union was far from perfect. The new nation had just fought a long, bloody Revolutionary War. It was broke. The continental dollar was worthless, and the federal government was too weak to fix it. Benjamin Harrison said, "I predict the worst consequences of a half-starved, limping government." You see, at the time we had 13 sovereign states, essentially, that were competing against each other and competing against the federal government. Well, Honorable Ben saw that the new nation was going to fail unless they did something about their government. And they opened the Constitutional Convention on 25 May 1787. Their original intent was just to modify the Articles of Confederation. Well, when they opened, there were delegates from 7 states, and eventually all the states showed up with the exception of Rhode Island. But I have to ask you, does that sound familiar? A nation heavily in debt, money worthless, and a dysfunctional federal government? You see, for over 100 years as a nation, we've been on this bus, driving away from freedom and towards tyranny. But it seems like in the last decade we'd hit this patch of ice, and now the bus is spinning wildly out of control. And we're looking for somebody to grab that wheel and turn it in the direction of skid, or we're going to have certain disaster. Well, in previous lessons, we learned that it's not going to be the president, it's not going to be the judges, nor the political parties, but it's going to be you, the individual. So here's my question to you. Do you have the moral courage to stop dividing our nation along party lines? Do you have the personal integrity to stop voting for the liars, thieves, and cowards? If we're going to restore honor to our nation, it's up to you, the individual. Do we stand or do we fall? You decide.